What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So, while we focus on the markets and how far the markets are falling, um, how different cryptocurrencies look, different opportunities, and all that stuff, I think I want to focus on things or something that I have talked about in the past, which is the burn tax. Um, Terra Luna Classic, if you don't know the history of even getting to this burn tax where we are right now, we are currently at 0.2%. 1.2% was the original option. And I thought that that was the right play. It's not crazy high. We've seen percentages, tax percentages that were so much higher, where it's like 5%. We could see a burn go through for 5% of the transactional volume. And I don't even think that's crazy high, especially if you're trying to do damage to the supply. The idea is to decrease the supply at a faster rate, not crazy fast to where it's like today we're going to burn off all the supply. That's not the case. Burning off the supply within, weeks or months or maybe even quarters would be the best bet. We get us to the level we want, we keep the popularity, all of that stuff. So when I look at the burn tax and you look at this 1.2%, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. I can live with that. I will go through regular transactions knowing that if I invest $100, I keep $99 plus or minus whatever extra fee that we end up having, right? Not just the tax, just the fee on top of it. So that's okay. $99 out of 100 is perfectly fine. Other people believe that it would be too much. If your utility that's built, your DApps are functioning off of multiple transactions, then I understand how that can really affect you. If you're going from $100, and then you have one transaction, now it's 99. You have another transaction, now you're taking out another dollar, or a little bit less than another dollar. But still, you're taking out more and more as more transactions are happening. So I understand that 100%. But we all have to take on sacrifices in the beginning. Yes, will these DApps be able to survive with a tax of 1%? Probably not. However, new utility will be built for what currently stands here. And it doesn't mean that the 1% would be here forever. The 1% is here until you establish where we should go to, where we should be at. So if we get to a point to where we're burning off billions of dollars a day or billions of coins a day, and then we will be happy to make that move, because that could be 30 billion in a month, or 50 billion in a month, or 100 billion in a month, or 500 billion in a month. But the point is that we're burning off faster to get us back to the place we were. So 1.2% in my opinion was the right move. However, 99% of the community said that we should decrease that to 0.2%, which I didn't believe was the right move. But I had to go with the community and find a way to make sure that this is successful. If the community believes it and I'm the only one that doesn't, or majority of the validators believe it, I'm the only one that doesn't, then it's okay. We have to go with what they say here. But I damn sure can say I told you so at some points. And while you have other people that come on here and say, if we decrease the burn tax, if we decrease that to 0.2%, it will increase the volume. If you decrease it to whatever the fees are on exchanges, possibly. But if you decrease it to 0.2%, will that increase the volume? No, it won't increase the volume, because it's still more than what people would pay on CEXs. So what makes you think that people would decide to buy on TerraStation or move their money or buy it on chain rather than buying it off chain if they're paying more on chain than they would off chain? So no matter what, it would be the same volume, the same type of people that are ready to accept the burn. And if I'm willing to accept a 0.2% burn, then my transactions are not burning enough. I want to go through the normal transactions and see 1% come off. People are asking me or saying, hey, if you support us so much, why don't you just burn more as you're going through these transactions? And to tell you the truth, I have. I only did transactions in the beginning, and I've already burned off 200,000, which is not a crazy amount. but my overall amount at 1.2% that I would have burned off after selling it would have been 522,000. So I've already burned off, let's say close to half of it. And I can continue to burn off, but I know that we will have burns in the end when I decide to sell it, because it's going to be 0.2% that ends up coming out. So as we're talking about all of this and we see the 0.2%, we didn't see the volume increase. People are asking, should we increase the overall burn tax? So if we go over here and we go to the tax rate, we're going to see 0.2% burn tax there. And since we haven't seen an increase in volume recently, we've been seeing an increase in volume. And the reason why we see an increase is because of FTX. It's not because of the 0.2%. It's because of people that are now moving their money maybe on a wallet to say that it's safer than putting it on an exchange. So they're not risking anything. Even if they're in Binance or in KuCoin or in any other platform, they're moving it over to TerraStation. So that's definitely a plus. But we're not really seeing the increased amount of volume. So if we go all the way back 30 days, we're going to see that we had one day to where we had 208 billion, and that was like a validator day. And then all the other days, it was around, 10 or 20 billion, meaning that we're burning off a fraction of that, 0.2% of that, rather than 1.2% of it. So people thought that we would see a 6x increase in volume, which we didn't see that 6x increase in volume. We're just recently seeing volume increases because of what's going on with exchanges, the amount of skepticism in holding on exchanges. So now people are moving over to wallets and putting it over here because, one, they're gaining an APY, and two, they're not at risk of basically losing everything with some exchanges. And I'm not saying that you will in any exchanges currently. We honestly don't know. But as people are looking at this, they have the question, should we increase the burn tax again? And I've talked about this previously. No, I don't think we should increase the burn tax again. If we increase the burn tax again, I think eventually, yes, we should. But right now, we haven't given it enough time, and we don't want to make the same mistake that we did in the past. Increasing the burn tax too early. I mean, we let it live out for a long period of time. It's been about a month, so longer than when we had the 1.2%. But I think we just have to live with the fact that we made a mistake in increasing or decreasing the burn tax. Yes, a few D-apps will be able to survive in this environment. However, it's not going to benefit us in the end. The reason why we were doing the 1.2% is because it's a reasonable amount. People agreed on that more than they would agree on 3%, which I would agree on 3%. I would agree all the way up to 10%, to tell you the truth. Because the point is that we want to aggressively get Terra Luna Classic back to where it was. You have multiple options. You can do a split to where you do a V2 situation and do a 10 for 1 or something like that and have less than, a trillion coins that are out there. Or we can aggressively burn it off in the beginning. And then after we get back to the level that we were going to get to, price wise, supply wise, then we can start to see, the prior utility, the utility that was here before the crash, come back. Right, we can see new utility that's built on, more popularity, and you're not risking any of that. So that's something that I'm going to focus on in another video, is popularity, because I think that's a video in itself. So if you want to see that, make sure you hit that subscribe button, get notified when I post that video. Also, make sure you guys check out some of the links down below, my Twitter, my Patreon. If you want to reach out to me directly, you can do it over there. But I'm going to get out of here, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. I really don't think we need to increase the burn tax. Not right now, anyway.